Course in Miracles says there is no order of difficulty in miracles. When miracles are not occurring, something has gone drastically wrong.
You've gotten great at divine working, but what about divine living? Welcome to the Divine Living Podcast. I'm your host, Gina DeVee. You're not alone in wanting more, and here at the Divine Living Podcast, you can expect to be part of conversations from women like us who unapologetically dream big and are obsessed with manifesting our most fabulous lives. The conversation starts now.
Hello, my darling. How are you today? It is so good to be here with you and spend some time with you as we really focus in on you. Focusing in on your dreams, where you're headed. That's what today's subject is all about. It's about getting out of just that barely enough state and getting into the abundance of more than enough. Now, barely enough looks different for all of us. You know, some people it's legit barely enough. And for others of us, we've gotten into maybe a very comfortable place. It's actually kind of a danger zone because when we've gotten used to life being good, fine, manageable, like you're not really thrilled and thriving, but you're not really struggling either, we can get a little emotionally and energetically lazy. So today I am here to just bring an added spark to what is possible. And I share this with you because, I just got back from New York City hosting the Divine Direction event there and being with my biz bestie, Danelle Delgado. And it illumined to me, being there live in the room with everyone, like the ways that I too have kind of let things go or let good enough be good enough and not really, not really consciously moving my life forward in ways that are really important to me. And I can see that there's stuff where I've been like, well, that's fine. It's like one of the areas is I've, lost 20 pounds and kept it off, which I feel great about and I'm proud of myself. And, another 10 would feel really great. And I'm like, I'll get around to it. And then I was like, Gina DeVee, what do you do? Like, you'll get around to it means never gonna happen. Never. I was gonna start singing, but I'm gonna spare you from that right now. Like, it doesn't happen until you make the decision, right? Like, until you say, no, actually, like, my body is good and it could be great. And not even from vanity purposes, which I have no problem with that, but like from like the experience that I'm going to have in my body when I release another 10 pounds. And I was like, all right. And then I took a look at, lifestyle. And there are actually some goals that I have that I've just been like, oh, one day in the future it'll happen. Things are really good right now. Like, things are like, no. Like, what's the plan? What's the intention? And I could feel myself thinking like, oh, it's going to take a long time or it's going to be hard or I don't know if that could happen for me. And I was like, Gina DeVee. And I say this to you also, Queen, like, have you kind of acquiesced some goals, fooling yourself that like, okay, well, maybe they'll happen one day in the future, but not really actually tending to them now. And then there's some business goals where I was like, it's fine, like just kind of rolling around, but like not really activating my power and activating the access that I have to the infinite to come in and lead and guide and support. And like, yes, like I just feel like I needed to like shake off the dust that was collecting between the temples in terms of letting myself settle for good enough. And so if this is you, I want to invite you on this journey with me because you did not come here for good enough or barely enough. And we do not serve a God that is good enough or barely enough. We serve a God of more than enough. And the infinite universe is so loving and benevolent that if we are not opening ourselves up to so much more and so much better and so much more high vibes, then that's on us because it is all available. So today I want this to be a cosmic reminder to everyone that you matter, and those dreams inside of you, they are there for a reason. And until you really commit to, okay, these are the 3 dreams or so. I don't think that, I personally can't handle more than that. These are the 3 dreams that are my priority. Like, and harness them. Like, I work in 90-day increments. I like to chunk things down, and it's like not just wait for it to one day float into my world, and also to like that's just fantasy. But then also like having zero interest in going into like roll my sleeves up, push it forward, make it happen, massive action. Glenn, poor Glenn, he came into my office today. He's like, "So what's going on?" And I was like just journaling and like in this like blissful state of like giving attention to my dreams. And then there's a particular funnel. There's nothing that puts me in a bad mood like a funnel conversation. And he started talking about this funnel and this like the stuff that we could do, and then there's a workbook and a this and that, and I was just like, wah, wah. I'm like, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. So I had to like really go to God and pray. And it's like, I'm interested in the next level. I'm available for the big time. Like, I have desires that are beyond where I currently am at. Even though I'm grateful for where I'm at, I'm like, I'm not slowing down. I'm not satisfied in the ways that I know that I'm meant for more. So I'm sure that you can relate. All this is the same for you. Like, you're meant for so much more also. So the point is, I'm not going to let myself just be in like fantasy land, floating around, never accomplishing my dreams. And I'm just too smart and too powerful to feel like I've got to go and like roll my sleeves up and work 18 hours a day and push things forward and make it happen and do a bunch of stuff that I'm not good at or that I don't like for the dream to take place. So where does that leave us, Queen? I'm glad you asked. It leaves us in the realm of possibility. So I want you just right now to move into recollecting some of these dreams that you might have let go, that you might have said, well, in the future. Or maybe you've even done what I've done and have kind of fooled myself and said, well, it's not really that important. And raise your standards. Raise your standards, right? Like, I feel good. My clothes fit me right now. And 10 pounds less would feel even so much more amazing. And, and with some of my other goals also. And so this is what I personally am recommitting to, is getting into the realm of possibility. And I've got 3 very specific dreams that I'm going to hold for the next 90 days. And the starting place for this is committing to them, is really saying, yes, this is possible for me. I am available for this level of abundance, health, prosperity, vitality, enthusiasm to flow to and through me. And I don't need to know the hows right now. That's not what this episode is about. Right now, we are about opening up to and holding in our hearts, like feeling the vibration and like feeling how it feels to have this experience as already done. Feeling how it feels to be so proud of myself that I made significant progress in my life in areas that are actually important to me, that are going to add to an element of me thriving in life. Not doing fine, not getting by, but absolutely thriving, being elated from this place and space of more than enough. That I am more than enough, you are more than enough, and there is more than enough. Clients, money, support, mentorship, community, fun, connection for each and every one of us. When women like us literally stand in the faith and access the spiritual principles and not make life and business and money making or weight loss or calling in love or whatever we have said is going to be so hard. It's not hard for God. The Course in Miracles says there is no order of difficulty in miracles. When miracles are not occurring, something has gone drastically wrong. Well, I know I could use 3 big miracles in my life, and I bet you could find 3 areas where you are going to be available for miracles also. So let's get into this realm of possibility and get into the power of who we are as humans and get into connection with accessing the unlimited nature of the universe so that we aren't going through life humdrum anymore, that we don't even put on ourselves that we have to come up with the answers, but instead we get to pray and ask that the right people, the right solutions, the right answers that are filled with laughter and fun and creativity and positivity be brought to us. Be brought to us. This is what living in surrender looks like surrendering the need to know the how, surrendering the way the outcome is going to come to you, and really allowing for a continuous experience of bliss. And when the frequency drops, when the fear comes in, when the anxiety shows up, when things start to get tight and old and boring and stiff and heavy, that's when you really got to catch it and pray to begin again. So let's say that prayer right now, because I imagine, like you, like me, like so many women, we just put so much pressure on ourselves, and we have fallen prey to a false belief that we've got to do all this stuff that we don't like to get what we want. And though there are positive and healthy habits that don't always feel amazing at the beginning, like getting back to the gym after a hiatus or that kind of thing, or like diving into a creative project where you're like really writing out the message and it can like feel challenging, but that's different than hard and heavy and boring and life-sucking, right? Like, it can feel challenging to get yourself to the gym, but you know that 45 minutes later when you walk out, you're gonna feel amazing, right? Like that's not like long-term grueling torture. And so I just want to say a prayer for all of us to really tap in to what we don't yet even know is possible for us, or the opportunities or the people or the resources or whoever could come in to help support, or the breakthrough of bigger thinking, because maybe more clients aren't coming to you because you think that only a certain number can come to you. So let's just say a prayer. Dear God, we know that you know our hearts. We know that you have designed us exactly as we are. We know that truly, when we delight ourselves in you, that you will give us the desires of our hearts. So we place our desires before you. And we know that with you, all things are possible. We also know that where 2 or 3 are gathered, you are here in the midst of us. So I pray over myself and every woman listening right now that we would be brought to clarity, confidence, power, connection, contribution through you. That we would truly be living our lives by design, the way you have designed them, gloriously, magnificently, abundantly, powerfully. For anyone feeling scared or lack or not enough or not guided or misdirected, we ask that you would align our hearts, align our minds, align our spirits with yours. Give us the answers. Show us the ways. Show us any way that we are the ones blocking our own success or manifestations. Show us how it can be easier, more blissful, more delightful. Show us how you intended our lives to proceed. Make your ways clear, make them obvious, and let them be easy yeses from us. And we pray all of this believing, amen. Can't you feel it? Can't you feel just lighter and like there's more possibility? Like there's greater truth to your dreams, that somehow, some way out there, there's some angel or angels working on your behalf. That's right, Queen. Call it in. It's ask and it is given. Then it's seek and you will find. And it's knock and the door will be opened. And so I ask that you seek your good today. Seek your next level calling. Quiet any of the scatter or the fragments and the distractions going on in your mind. And pick 3 dreams that you're going to really commit to. For me, it's a lifestyle dream, it's a personal dream, and it's a professional dream. These are the 3 areas I personally am choosing to move my life forward over the next 90 days. Not just leaving it to whims and chances, and if it happens, great, and if it doesn't, I'll still be okay. That's the lazy version of Gina, like the emotionally, energetically lazy version. And I don't really believe in our souls that any one of us are lazy. I think that we forget what's possible. I think that we start to believe in doubt more than have the faith that what we desire can actually happen. You know, I think that our focus gets out of alignment. And that's why it's important that we listen to messages like this one, where we get back into the alignment of truth. Because it's the truth that's going to set you free. It's the truth that's going to have your life thriving. It's the truth that's going to have your gifts and talents be used in a way that's going to so positively impact the lives of so many. Like people that you're never even going to meet. I always feel so honored and so grateful when those of you who like take screenshots of these episodes and share with me the nuggets that you've gotten and tag me on Instagram, or especially when you DM me and you've like been reading my book, telling me what you're getting out of it. Like, I didn't know. I didn't know when I started this podcast that you would be listening. I'm so honored. And at the same time, like, I didn't know how it was going to impact your life or affect you or lift you up when you might have been having like quite a day. Like, I didn't know when I wrote that book, all of the people that were going to read it and put their eyes on it or have their belief systems changed over it, or, you know, feel more confident in being a queen. I mean, my intention was that, but I didn't know the individuals. But God always did. God always did. And that's what I want for you. When you show up and dust yourself off and begin again and dare to let yourself be dazzled today by the Almighty, yes, then that ripple effect of positivity and abundance and power and living lives that are filled with thriving becomes our new normal. And this is the standard that we set for others. And other women look at us and they're like, wow, well, if she's doing that, I can too. And it's like, yes, queen, you go. And we just remember so much more is possible. So much more is available. And those people that you're watching on TikTok and otherwise who you think are living the dream, they overcame their fears. They focused on their desires. They probably chunked down those dreams and talents of theirs as well to like move their life forward very specifically. They're not any different than you. They're not any more powerful. They're not any more special. They're not any more loved. They're not any more talented. They definitely got themselves out of any kind of emotional or energetic laziness. They took a risk. They showed up. They got out of their comfort zone. They were willing to say and declare, this is my dream. And I bet a whole bunch of people that knew them rolled their eyes or might have even laughed at them. But they're not you. Anybody doing that to you, they don't know what you're destined for, but you do. You know you're destined for greatness. So we don't have any time to be like, well, it's okay if it doesn't happen, or I can't figure it out, so it's probably not meant to be. None of that, Queen, none of that. Let's get ourselves back into the epicness of all that is possible and all that you do deserve. This is how I'm choosing to move my life forward today, and I hope you join me. If you have enjoyed today, definitely do take a screenshot and let me know what you got out of today. And if you just really could use an outstretched hand and just craving to be lifted up into your next level, I've got a pretty special offer for you. My friend Danelle Delgado, we are hosting a 90 Days to Done course where she and I both got clear. We just spent some time in the Hamptons together, and we got clear on what these next 90 days are going to be about for us. And we're moving our lives forward in ways that they are not currently moved forward. Like, these are big stretch goals for us too. And we thought, well, if we need to do this, I bet a bunch of other women around the world do also. And so there's a virtual element. You look at Queen, you can do anything for 12 weeks. It's 12 weeks where we're going to be going through step by step from the inner game to the outer game. So if you want to come join us, you can check it out in the show notes, divineliving.com/90 days. And just show yourself what you got. I know I'm going to be 10 pounds lighter. I'm going to be moving my business forward, and I'm going to be moving a lifestyle dream forward as well. So let's do this together. I want to hear what your dreams are. Go to divineliving.com/90 days. You can get all the details there. And like I said, with our mentorship, I'm doing the inner work, she's doing the outer work, meaning I'm going to do all of the mindset and the spiritual and the uplifting and the wealth consciousness, and she's doing all the strategy and the tactical and the action doing, because together, you know, that's the masculine and the feminine, and that's the integration of those two things make you the queen that you are. And so week after week for 12 weeks, we are going to move our lives forward, and I want you to be there. divineliving.com/90 days. You won't have to worry or wonder. You're going to be given like such profound trainings from the two of us who have manifested so much in our lives that we are grateful for, and we're going for much, much bigger wins also. So I want you there. I want you there, Queen. And class starts August 23rd. It's a Monday. And also, there are 5 seats left to an in-person retreat. You'll see that on the page as well. We're hosting a 15-person retreat as part of a VIP upgrade with the class. So if you want to come to my home in Miami and be around some other really cool, super high vibe women here, come join us. All the details are at divineliving.com/90 days. All right, my loves. So remember, you are capable. There's so much more waiting for you. I want you to shake off any form of the doubt and get yourself moving forward in that positive, powerful direction that you are meant for. Until next time, bye-bye. Hey, Queen, I hope you loved this episode as much as I loved sharing it with you. And if you want to connect more and be the first to know what's coming up in all things Gina DeVee and the world of divine living, text me. My number is
1-310-421-0704. That's 310-421-0704 if you live in the United States or Canada. Once I put your number in my contacts, get ready to receive motivation, queen tips, BTS, sneak peeks, and all the good stuff right in your texts.